Hey everybody, how are you doing? Vilisink back again, Raid Shadow Legends, and in this one we have a 10x on Friday. I wasn't going to do a video for it, I don't just want to do videos for the sake of, hey, we have a 2x, a 10x. I'd rather put, I'd rather talk about things I know of, and I have a few of these champions already built and I use them. So I feel like some information I give can be quite useful. So we have the 10x, it's for Armena, Deacon Armstrong, Silar, Shatterbones, Blind Seer, Kimmy, Nethril, and Lysandra. So we'll quickly just take a look through. Armena is a barbarian. Pretty cool kit to be fair. A1, she has a stun, goes to 45% chance. Stun and an A1. I mean, it's like Miscreating Monster's got the same as a few other champions that do. And it's a very strong A1. If you cannot put it on cooldown, you can always land a stun. So you've got the decreased defense big version, 100% chance on our A2. Also it steals turn meter from targets under decreased defense, which is extremely nice. 7.5% of the turn meter goes to her from targets. So if there's 4, it's 30% turn meter, so it adds up the more enemies. In dungeons it's actually really strong. Decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 20%. You can beat this to 100% chance, placing a stun if you fully deplete the enemy's turn meter. So that's quite nice. A really solid kit for an epic champion. A1 stun, A2 decreased defense, steals turn meter, and she can also decrease turn meter by 20% and also place a stun if she fully depletes it. Not bad. If you pull her, she can help in places. I'm not sure if on my account she would help. Because to build it would be for like a showcase, but she definitely has uses. Head of steam fills this champion's turn meter by 10% each time an enemy receives a stun. So if you continually use her A1 and stun people, she's going to fill her turn meter, which is just quite nice. It's a really strong kit, nice kit for Armena. That's the first champion we have in 10x. I have her, haven't built her up, so I won't say much more. We also have Ogren, I believe, next. Pardon me. So we have an underrated champion who, well, this is one I don't think I have. I will need to check the vault. I'm not sure I actually have this champion. If I don't, it's one I kind of really want. He's very underrated. He is the handsome Ogren Tribes Shatterbones. Increase attack on all enemies if it's a critical hit. So buffs attack. It can have a use if he's part of a team and they all have a purpose. AoE, 3 hits, 50% chance, goes to 75% to decrease turn meters by 30%. Effectively, hits 3 times and he will decrease turn meter. This can lock people out. Hail can absolutely, in dungeons, help you progress, and if you're unlucky and you face him on IG24 or IG25, you'll know exactly who Shatterbones is. Warcry places a 15% decreased speed debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Fills the turn meters of all allies by 25%. So really strong. Shatterbones is just a very good disruptor. He's good at locking your team out while he boosts his own team. So that is the second one. The third epic we have is one that this epic champion. This is one of my gals. Let's see if I can find her. Here we go. The red hair thing just kind of works for me. So it's Silar. Silar is just so great at manipulating turn meter. She can pretty much be used anywhere. I used her to complete faction wars. I did videos on it. I've built her up. Fantastic. Taking her to Fire Knight. You can take her through dungeons. Doom Tower. She's helping me in hard Doom Tower. Although level 40 Eternal Dragon. What a son of a bitch. Puts everything on cooldown. Kills the nukers. And then it's just a very vicious cycle. So I'm working on that. We'll see if I can get past it. But I may just mutually accept a truce because it's going to cost me silver. But Silar has an AoE attack, nothing really great on A1. AoE decrease accuracy on the A2, which is actually really nice. This will stop people from applying debuffs, and it does work. Does indeed work. Leaden Legs is very strong, decrease speed debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Also decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 40%. This is just overpowered. I've used it in Arena, Doom Tower, Dungeons, everywhere pretty much apart from Clan Boss. Silar, for an epic champion, is definitely worth pulling for. If you have her, get her built up. It wouldn't hurt to have 2, but if you have one, get her built up. She also helps the speed aura in fast encrypts. She increases it by 22%. She will take the turn meter down. Silar, stun set, all AoE attacks, she locks people out, decrease accuracy, decrease turn meter, literally waves will not get a turn. Silar, as far as epics go, she has to be in the top 10. She is that good. People may disagree, but then, that's on them. I think, is he Sacred Order? Where is the next one? Where is the next one? The Deacon Armstrong, somebody who I've recently built up. I think he's like level 55. He could be higher. I threw gear on him, got him to around, I think, 220 speed or something. It was just, I believe it's just gear lying around. Well, I'll take a look through the champions at some point. But he has an A1, hits twice, chance of placing a leech, so nice survivability with that A1. AoE, you can book it to 100% chance. The big version of decreased defense, which AoE decreased defense, always useful, no matter where he is. And we have basically a move similar to Lysandra, well, it's the same, it's just a smaller amount. Fills the turn meters of all allies by 15%, decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 15%, gets an extra turn. So he'll do time compression, and then he'll go straight into sweeping retribution. So very nice. I'll show you the build for Deacon Armstrong in a couple of minutes. But basically it's Shatterbones, Silar, Deacon Armstrong and Armena. That is the epic champions. They're all really good, they're all really nice. But I don't really have that bad a word to say about them. So, the legendaries. I can actually go back to Dark Elves for a second. Now, this is one champion I don't have, but I would absolutely have in a heartbeat. Blind Seer. She's nuts. Attacks hit is at random. Each hit has a 45% chance, decreasing turn meter by 15%. So essentially 45% decreasing of the turn meter. Nice and strong. Block buff on all allies. A shield buff on all allies equal to 30% of her HP for 2 turns. But what makes Blind Seer OP for me is this. Revives all dead allies to 35% HP. Places a block damage buff on them, except her, for a turn. So I've seen it in Faction Wars, I've seen it in Doom Tower. You kill someone, Blind Seer brings them back to life, she puts block damage on the whole enemy team, and there's nothing you can do. It is just so annoying. Blind Seer is very, very good. Would I pull for Blind Seer? Oh, I think I just got a Warlord a few voids ago. So I really don't know if my luck is going to pay out as far as getting a Blind Seer, but she's a fantastic champion. Really good reviver, really tanky, she hits okay. A nice kit as far as affecting your turn meter. Block buffs. Just need I say more? Block buffs, you all know what it is. Also a shield, so give her respectable HP. She's just the ultimate defender of a team. Lady Kimmy, who is up next. Let's take a look at her, because she's also a lockdown specialist. Anybody that has Lady Kimmy will know that she locks people down, and it's pretty disgusting. So she attacks one enemy, then attacks the enemy with the highest turn meter. will attack the same enemy twice if the initial target also has the highest turn meter. The second hit has a 50% chance of decreasing turn meter by 15%. So effectively, it's just hits people with turn meter and decreases it. That's if you take away all the lining, that's what it is. Flurry of Petals. Decreased accuracy, decreased speed for 2 turns. Chance of decreasing each target's turn meters by 15%. Yeah, this is nuts. So put in a stun set for this one, a fast stun set. You're going to stun them, decrease their accuracy, decrease their speed, also decrease their turn meter. And if you ever watch actually Free to Succeed, Jay Giggs, fantastic content creator, been playing it for a long time. And Free to Succeed actually is a brilliant thing to watch. If you want to see how good Lady Kimmy is, go watch Free to Succeed. Because Jay Giggs uses Lady Kimmy and she is disgusting. She locks people down and it is just disgusting. It's so good. Her passive, whenever this champion places a debuff on an enemy, also decreases that enemy's turn rate by 5%. Again, locks them down even more. Whenever this champion or an ally receives a debuff, fills their turn meter. All about slowing the enemy down, all about speeding your team up. She's got ally speed in Doom Tower's battles aura by 30%. She's just truly disgusting. She's a fantastic champion. And she isn't void. She's a fantastic champion that is not a void champion. And she is good enough to actually be a void champion. She is that good. Let's jump into Undead Horse for a second. My first ever Lego Nethril. I've used him in Clan Boss. I used him in Hard Doom Tower, Normal Doom Tower. He helped me progress through, because I got him so early, like a couple of years ago, he helped me progress all the way through dungeons, like Dragon, Ice Golem, Fire Knight. I still use my Fire Knight. He's a sick Clan Boss poisoner, especially with the AI changes. You don't have to touch his AI, he will only do his A1. And that is a triple hit chance to land a poison debuff for 2 turns. Second is AoB, Casted Horrors, 75% chance placing a stun debuff on all enemies for a turn. And if the stun does not land, he lands decreased speed instead. But even unbooked, and I think I managed to get mine booked, the stun still lands kinda well. Just give him enough accuracy. He ain't going to let you down. If he does put the decreased speed up, it slows people down. But the stun, for me personally, it's always landing. Nethril is so overpowered, and I don't think people know just how overpowered he actually is, as far as controlling everybody. Arena also goes for Arena. I used him there also. Bat Swarm is an AoE. Decreases the turn meter by 75%. There you go. Give him accuracy, 75% turn meter decrease. We're into Arena. The enemy team won't get a turn. In dungeons, they may not get a turn in Doom Tower. They may get a turn because they've got higher HP, but it's definitely going to slow them down. It's just revolting. But I have a few of these champions built. I don't have Armena built. Well, look at, I don't have Shatterbones built. But as far as the epics go, Deacon Armstrong and Silar, we'll tap on them, and we'll show you kind of what they're about. So, Silar's a stun set, 253 speed, like 36k HP give or take, 334 accuracy. She stops people taking a turn. And this is one of the champions. If you have voids and you do not have a Silar, then you probably should pull for a Silar. Doesn't even matter if you're like your end game. She is just so much fun. People don't get a turn. I mean, or Faction Wars especially, she is a superstar as far as Faction Wars is concerned. I highly recommend her for that as well. So the Deke, I just put on accuracy and speed sets for this gentleman here. 227 speed, highest HP, some accuracy. He lands what he needs to land. He gets his extra turn, decreases turn meter, decreased defense. He's also actually, if you're kind of an early on account, Deacon Armstrong would be just amazing for your progression. He would be so good, and it only takes one ancient to pull one of these champions. So he's definitely a fantastic champion. Of the Legos, don't have Blind Seer, don't have Kimmy. Nethril, I do. Nethril and Lysandra. So Lysandra, she's been at this speed for a while. 260 speed, 65k HP, 318 accuracy. A little bit of resistance. She basically just in Arena goes after Arbiter. I do use the double boost. Some people don't like it, but it's seen me get tremendous success. Tremendous success, and I pulled Lysandra well over a year ago. And she is pretty much, if you don't have a Lysandra and you have Ancients or Sacreds, then it's really a no-brainer. I would say pull for her. She is worth it. Like, some people do sleep on her because they've got Arbiter or they have Siphi, and Lysandra might not get as much airtime as everybody else. Yeah, you need to if you have an option to pull for her, then I would recommend you do so. Also, Nethril. If you have a chance to pull for this guy, he will reduce turn meter, he will stun everybody, and he's just going to lock people out while everybody else does damage, does heals, applies the buffs, and so forth. And he has 38k HP, 3k attack, 2.5k defense, 189 speed. Kinda slow. He was recently changed. I do need to change him up. I used to use him in Clan Boss. I don't really use him there anymore, so I am thinking that I need to get a build similar to Stag Knight, get him to like maybe 240 speed, just the same accuracy, maybe a little bit higher. He'd be perfect. He will lock people out. He is stupidly overpowered. Another person, personally, who I feel like people sleep on. I've used him in all areas of the game. Look back on the channel, there's videos from probably a year ago where I'm using Nethril and Clan Boss, Arena, potentially Dungeons as well, even Doom Tower. He's absolutely fantastic. So a lot of the champions in this 10x, you probably should pull for if you have shards available. If you don't have them, it only takes one, it doesn't hurt. So the Legos, Blind Seer, Kimmy, Nethril, Lysandra. The epics are Armena, the Deacon Armstrong, Shatterbones, and the lovely Silar. And that pretty much covers it for this one. I wish, if you do pull, I wish you the best of luck. These champions are pretty dope, and I don't use the word dope often. That just shows you how good they are, but they are worth pulling for. I don't have a Kimmy, so that is tempting for myself. I'll see how Clan Boss treats me. And if I'm pulling, guys, although I might not, as always, I'll make a little video. I will see you then, so until that point, stay safe, keep on reading. See you in the next one.